pretty big piece of movie news, which we speculated on the show before, but it has been officially confirmed that Darth Vader is making an appearance, well, more than an appearance.
Oh my God, really? I had no idea.
You did, yeah.
Really?
Yes, in Rogue One.
Is this a prequel?
No, this is not a prequel. Well, I guess it is. Yes, it is a prequel, but
a prequel,
but it's not the. It's not one of the prequels. So
a prequel.
Let's. But yes, it has been officially confirmed that Darth Vader will appear in Rogue One, and it's been confirmed that James Earl Jones is coming back to do the voice, which we all suspected. Whoever's in the suit doesn't really matter.
Nope.
I mean, it's James. As long as you got James Earl Jones, you're good. But and from what we've seen or heard so far, it seems like he's going to have a somewhat prominent role. Mm-hmm. So he's not just going to be a cameo. He's not just going to be thrown in there or anything. Which again, we've speculated on the show in the past because Rogue One is going to lead up directly to Episode 4, pretty much. And Darth Vader was right on the trail of the rebellion, so he basically had to be there.
Yeah, he is going to have, the way I would put it is he's going to have a presence in this movie.
He's probably going to kill somebody.
Right. Well, and they said they've said that he's going to be on like the kind of like outskirts of the story until a critical point. Then he becomes really involved.
He will be like the Vader, he will be the Empire role.
Right. Exactly. That's what I was going to say, basically. Yeah, where he's going to be there giving the orders. You're going to hear that breathing. Yeah. but like you'll see some of these other villains that have been announced. So like they'll be the ones who are going to be like the primary.
Yeah.
Focus, but then they'll report back to Vader, and then obviously Vader will play a role, and probably at some crucial point in the movie
when they all fail and he gets pissed off and then has to do their job. Because you know that's what's going to happen.
Every Star Wars villain has to send his underlings to do the work, and then they all have to fail. Then he has to do it himself.
I will bet you $20 that he sends like 5 different whatever stormtroopers included, and then they all fail, and he's going to get pissed off. He's probably going to kill one of them. He's going to choke hold.
I'll say what's the over under on the odds of there being a force choke, or at least not one that kills somebody, but at least as like a as a power move.
One. Yeah, there has to be one in there at least. There's going to be
2. He's going to force choke like some random guy that pisses him off, and then whichever is the main villain, because it could be 2, because there's the Ben Mendelsohn one, and then there's the guy that plays Hannibal is supposed to be doing a secret role too.
Well, his role actually has been announced. He's Jen Erso's father.
Is that a good guy or a bad guy?
Well,
somewhere in between.
Yeah, because he's like a scientist that both sides need his knowledge.
Okay, but he also has. They say that he has an estranged relationship with Jen.
Of course he does. Yeah. He's a movie dad. Of course he does.
Be the one that he might be killed either way. He's going to be killed in the crossfire. It's going to be a really emotional moment for her where she's just going to be like, guys.
Is that how she's going to react?
I'm going to get you.
She's a pretty stoic character.
I'm going to, the rebellion. I'm going to be a Jedi, but not.
Can you be the scriptwriter for this movie, please?
I'm telling you,
I would love to see. You know what? Why don't you write up a script of how you think this movie will go, just so I could read all these moments in the script?
You know what we should do?
And then she went like, "Oh," and then she went, "Yeah, guys,
give me
rebellion."
the actual script, and then I'll rewrite my own version of it, and then I'll reenact it for you.
Yes, we will put that on camera.
And Darth Vader's like, "Oh," and then bitch slap, because he's going to throw him into the wall.
Yes.
And there's going to be some sparks. And then he's going to go do it himself, and then...
Well, interesting, though, because, as anybody who has seen Star Wars Force Awakens, you see Kylo Ren using the Force to actually, levitate the guy and choke him from a distance, though. We've never, and that was something that we hadn't really seen before.
Well, no, you mean he dragged the guy into his hand or whatever.
By using the Force,
right.
Which we had never really seen, that aspect of it. So you got to wonder, are they going to try to show Vader using a different power that we've never really seen?
But I think they kind of, in a way,
establish him as that strong villain.
I don't know, but one thing you have to be careful of is just for the purpose of continuity. You don't want Vader showing off any abilities that weren't given to him,
yes, but you can also give him abilities that maybe he hasn't had a need to use. So in the same way that they show that Yoda is powerful enough to deflect the Sith lightning, for example.
But then again, but that's different though, because in the original trilogy, Yoda didn't fight.
Well, right.
So we never got a chance to see that.
But he was retired.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. But maybe there will still be a situation where we'll see.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's kind of hard to move around like that when he's on
I'm
strings.
sure they could have done like a slow, like cooler 80s.
I doubt back in 1980. I don't think so.
They would have put some special effects in there that the kids would be like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever."
So I guess that's my point. Is maybe they'll probably end up showing off some type of unique power that he's just never had a situation to use.
Huge role, and he's telling people his new situation will be like management skills. Like, just be like, listen. Call somebody into his egg pod office while he's like sitting there relaxing.
I mean, I think like the most useless force power.
I mean, if we're talking about Vader doing something similar to Kylo Ren, where he does like maybe like that, or
not just similar, but just something that's just going to like reestablish how powerful he actually is, especially if right. I think.
Maybe this time, because like he does the choke hold, like the force choke, and the guy's just sitting in the chair or whatever. Right. Maybe this time they add like a levitate, like maybe he lifts him off the ground.
Right.
Just,
If he's talking, and I'm not sure if this happened through the movies, but if he's talking to somebody through a TV and he doesn't like what they're saying, and he can actually go through the TV area and then just be like do it through that.
Oh, he already did that.
He did do that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the point, Mike?
Star Wars Episode 5.
He can do that. Then who cares about what else he can do? It's management skills.
I'll just say, what we're talking about with the new audiences who know who Darth Vader is, but like
the only person who doesn't know who Darth Vader is kids in utero right now.
Well, no, I agree, but I'm saying like especially if he is going to be a driving force in the movie, like a villainous force in the movie, you gotta at least reestablish his dominant power. Especially, they've stated that like at this point in the movie he's been around, but he's not really been like the upfront face of the Empire that he is in the original trilogy. So it kind of surprises people. So he's got to surprise people with something. That's what I think.
I mean, I still think that they'll keep continuity in mind and not give him anything.
I mean, again, I agree, but they might give him something that we just haven't really seen.
As long as it's not something they're like, oh, then why didn't he just do that when he was fighting Luke?
Right, yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
I
agree
think
with that.
they're just adding a little bit more. I think he was always going to be in it, but I think whatever these reshoots and stuff were, like, I think they're just giving him a little bit more interaction.
I think they always initially planned to have him.
But I think like his big thing is going to be at the end of the movie.
Especially because some people said they heard like ominous breathing, like at the end of the first teaser, but I don't remember
That's going to be what everything is. It's going to be ominous.
Are we going to get like, oh no, after they get away with the plans?
I highly doubt that.
They get away with the plans, just like no.
He's just going to like kill somebody and be like, damn it, Bob, I got to let you go.
Oh jeez.
And then he has to go to corporate, aka the Empire. You know, and then be like, listen, I had to let Bob go.